Good morning, everyone. I call this session of Pulaski County Fiscal Court to order. Certainly glad to see everyone here. We're back in session after a long holiday layoff. It's been a month or a little more since we had a court meeting, so we're certainly glad to see everyone here. We're here to do Pulaski County business. We've got a pretty full agenda, so certainly glad to have everyone here. I've asked Mr. Strunk to lead us in the pledge this morning, but first we will do a moment of silence. Any concerns or comments that need to be brought before the court as far as a community concern?
We need to keep Chief Joe Taylor still in our prayers.
Yeah. Chief Joe Taylor at White Lily is still suffering from a
Medical.
not a good illness. Sometimes we think it's getting better, but right now it's getting a little bit worse on the report yesterday.
Keep the Cheshire family in your prayers. Gene's having a real rough time.
In Cheshire? Okay. Anyone else?
I had a neighbor that had a bad four-wheeler wreck. Just keep him and his family in your prayers.
Okay.
Cameron Chevron, he's a pharmacist, Thompson Pharmacy out East Mount Vernon Street. He's Shay's brother, and he was out west somewhere. They were on a ski trip, some guys were, and I think he got, I don't know exactly what his oxygen issues, and so he's really been struggling. They finally got him off the mountain, and he's been in the hospital, I think in Denver maybe, but the report yesterday was that he was breathing on his own now, so.
Cam Chevron. Okay.
Cameron, yeah.
Any more? Certainly glad to bring these before the public, for sure. Seeing no other, we'll ask everyone to bow for a moment of silence, and then Mr. Strunk will lead us in the pledge. Thank you. Everyone, please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item of business is going to be an employee recognition. After many, many years of service to the county, Mr. Glenn Wiles is retiring after 28 years, I think he said. So we appreciate his service. I want to ask him to come up front and center here. I'm going to present him with a plaque and a Pulaski County Colonel also. Come on up here, Glenn. Can't get by back there. Get all the nationals around us. Glenn's one you can always depend on. He worked first district for many, many years, and he was a mowing guy for the last several years. And first district and Jason.
Yeah, he was one of the best.
Jason will agree with this. He kept the first district mowed the best in the county. So appreciate all your service, Glenn. Give you this flag. Hold on just a second. Are we all good here?
Yeah.
Also want to make him a Pulaski County Colonel.
Glenn, thank you for all that you've done for me and our county. Appreciate you, buddy.
Glenn, appreciate you. You're gonna be missed.
Yeah, I hear that.
Thank you, buddy.
His daughter, mine played.
Next up would be citizens' comments. Do we have any citizens here that would like to comment to the court about any issue? Seeing none, we will ask, next item will be the approval of minutes from our last meeting, December the 9th.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ranshaw. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next up would be Woodstock Community Center Board of Directors. The board met at the Woodstock Community Center and asked to reappoint Andy Roberts back to that board. He's been a longtime member of the community and also a member of the board. So I'm going to ask the court to reappoint him today. Andy Roberts.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Mr. Strunk. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next up would be an employee status change. I want to ask the court to hire a guy that's been with us for as a seasonal employee, Mr. Jeff Jones. He was seasonal this last summer. His time ran out December 31st, so he's now currently unemployed. He's a good worker, but I would ask the court to hire him as a full-time worker, that he'll be in maintenance/parks coming this spring, but he'll start next Tuesday would be his first day of employment. I have a motion on that.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranshaw. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Turpin. Any comment or question on this employee? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Next up, we have a budget amendment. It'll be the second reading for this senior housing project on the purchase of 84 or 86 units of apartments in Somerset. It's being handled by the Lake Cumberland Area Development District. We had a first reading back in December, and it had to go to the state for their approval, and now it's back with us to be an okay, so it's second reading. So I need a motion on it.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Strunk. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ranshaw. Any comments on this? I have a whole folder full of material here that goes along with it, and our county attorney has reviewed it, and I think we're okay. So I've signed off on a lot of papers, about 25 signatures along with.
It's a pass-through money.
It's a
not-
pass-through. It doesn't cost the county anything. It's just a pass-through. We're handling it since it's in our county, and it's a group out of northern Kentucky that's actually buying it, but they have a lot of these projects nationwide, so. I have a motion on the floor and a second. All in favor, say aye.
No.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Next up would be purchase a computer network, electronic components. I may have to ask Mr. Jason Hancock come up and explain this to us. It has to do with a lot of our computer stuff that is end of life, as he calls it.
Good morning, Court.
Good morning.
All of our network stuff, switches, routers, that kind of stuff, whenever it was originally installed by previous support, it was put in with a system called Meraki, which is made by Fiscal, and they work on a principle of you buy licenses each year for it. If you don't buy your license with Meraki, they don't just not support it, they actually shut it down. So if you don't buy a continuing license, they no longer will let you even use that equipment. The equipment that we have is beyond the years of that they will even sell licenses for it, so we're going to have to buy new equipment, period. My recommendation is we go with some different equipment, get away from the license structure. We'll have to buy the equipment either way, but at least that way we don't have ongoing license that we have to purchase every year. So, and then after we get this purchased, then we can get into a replacement schedule, so we ain't having to replace it all at one time, so it ain't such a big lump sum. So I think the quote that I gave Chrissa and Marshall was just shy of 19,000, so that puts it still under 20 to replace the existing equipment. So.
Any questions on this? You may have a copy of it in front of you. I'm not sure we got those available, but we originally thought it was going to be about 22,000, and he's got them down to 18,800 roughly. And it's something we're going to have to do because everything is expiring.
Yeah, I think.
But I think we've got a good price.
February
going forward.
28th, I think, is the expiration date on the existing licenses we have now. So.
What were we paying in licensing fees?
The licenses has been running, I think, around $4,000 a year or every 2 years. So.
But this will get us back up to date on everything that the county has?
That's new equipment at all the locations that we currently have equipment at right now. And then I think I need to look at, there's some upgrades at the park that we're going to look at in the next month or so. So.
That's not everything, Mark.
That's-
I mean, like, the servers still need to be replaced.
That's what I was wondering, because I know we've had conversations about the servers. I was gonna say, that seems like a low amount if we're
And-
talking servers.
That doesn't include the servers. That's just for the internet, basically internet access. And
Yes.
And that would get us up to date with the changeover that Microsoft and all them had where,
This is just strictly network equipment
Network
right now.
equipment. so are
Like I
we,
said, we have to replace it or it's going to shut down at February 28th. So
have we updated all of our operating systems to?
we've
the
still got
new-
a few that's running Windows 10 that we're in the process of working on. So
Motion to purchase?
Second.
Mr. Strunk makes a motion to purchase, and Mr. Ranshaw seconds. Any other comments or questions on this? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
thank you, Court.
Thanks, Jason. Next up is not on our agenda, but Mr. Chris Mason wants to ask the court for a couple of items.
We'll call Mr. Hancock back up.
Okay.
Morning, Court. So myself and Mr. Hancock, we're the primary custodians for the countywide warning system Code Red. And from an emergency management standpoint, I think we can do better. Mr. Hancock and I have spent weeks researching this, and we feel like we have come up with a better solution than what we currently have. You want to talk a little bit about kind of where we're at on the technology side for me?
Yeah, so the existing Code Red system that we have right now, it went down due to a cyber attack on their side November the 11th. I started receiving phone calls, people couldn't get in, and once I reached out to them, that's what their determination was, that it was down system-wide. They, I think, have determined that usernames and passwords may have been obtained. They're still looking into that. But as far as the actual data that was out there, they're not exactly sure what all was touched. Trying to think the best way to put it, the system itself is tied into IPAWS, which is the federal system for doing alerts and stuff too. Shortly after that, whenever they wouldn't speak to the federal people with IPAWS, IPAWS pulled their certificate as well. So we've been without anything for the last 60 days. We had our search the other day, and we went through the state, and it took an hour and a half.
Closer to 3 hours. We weren't able to attack the problem locally. We were left in a scenario where we had individuals, we had search teams out there that couldn't do what they needed to do, and so that falls on my office, and that's something that we need to correct, in my opinion, as quickly as we possibly can.
I think as of this morning, they finally did get us access back into the system.
They did.
But the data that they've got in there is 8 months old. So either way we go, if we was to stay with this company, we're still going to have to probably rebuild from scratch. So.
And the cost issues, I think we can make a change and save the county money. Myself and Mr. Hancock, we've extensively researched this. We've spoken with 3 different companies. We've gotten prices anywhere from slightly more than what Code Red costs to about $7,500, maybe a little right in that area less. So our recommendation is going to be that, given the fact that this scenario it's not good either way, if we can reset the paradigm, come back with a different provider that gives us the opportunity to get the data straightened out. And that's the big issue. The big issue is the data. We both have extreme concerns about that.
My concern to them, and I expressed it to them also, was shortly after their cyber attack, they come back and rebranded with a new company name and everything. So I'm not sure that there wasn't something already in the works and they just wasn't letting that information out yet. It's kind of a bad time to rebrand your company name, is right after a cyber attack, I think. But
so, with storm season coming up, this has become problem 1A on mine and Mr. Hancock's check sheet. So with the court's permission, we are going to explore and probably make a decision, I would say by the end of the week, about moving to a different provider. We feel like the costs will be will probably be, like as we said, $7,500 or more or less for a different provider that will give us, if not the same service, probably better service from what we've seen. It's a lot more user-friendly. It gives us the ability to actually go in and manipulate the data, whereas before customers had to call a 1-800 number, and if you're not technically savvy, that gets very frustrating. We all know people that don't have, that aren't technology based, and so this allows himself and me to be able to go in and take care of the customers that need the most help.
the other part of this, when I asked for permission to explore if we did this route and go away from them, other people have told us, and it's been on the internet as well, that customers have gotten out of their contract with Code Red and got reimbursements for what was remaining of the contract, so that will help go towards the replacement. So
and I've had conversations with the sales rep as early as this morning, and they're not thrilled, but I don't think they're going to be able to have any real problems with it. If it becomes an issue, obviously we'll talk with the county attorney and see what we need to do, but I don't think it's going to get to that level.
So I have a couple questions.
Please.
First question is, how are we going to get that information out to the residents of the county to get them to go re-register with the new company?
Each of the companies that we've looked at offer marketing brochures that we can stick on Facebook, the websites. We can post it on flyers, and like the utility companies that used it with the water companies, that kind of stuff. So we can post that out there. It's as simple as they can scan a QR code on that flyer or on the website and start the registration process.
And you said about canceling the other contract.
Yes, sir.
While people are getting this information and trying to get set up, a lot of people won't know about this in time. So can Code Red still be used
I don't
for the remainder of the subscription time?
So
for a transitional period?
Most of the companies that we've talked to, that if we go and sign up with them, they'll have us up and running in 2 weeks. So I'd rather, if we're going to do it, just go ahead and pursue canceling the contract and getting that money towards.
I understand that, but we're not going to be able to reach everybody in the county in 2 weeks.
Well,
if we have both systems running, we'll probably never reach everybody in the county, because if they're already using it, they're not going to switch.
It's the same issue, sir. If we have to completely resell Code Red,
we don't know that the people that's in there now is still in there or was in there. So.
Well, I understand that. I'm just trying to figure out the transition period, how we can get that word out to everybody.
I think whenever Mr. Mason got on the phone with them this morning, they told him they re-imported 30,000 numbers is what they re-imported. And we've got 70,000 citizens, so most places have at least 2 phone numbers per household. So I would imagine we ain't nowhere near in the database that they re-imported back in of being accurate.
and that database is actually listed as 31 March of 25. So that's concerning to me, and this is a conversation that myself and Mr. Hancock have had repeatedly. I understand your concerns.
I mean, my biggest concern is getting the information out there. Is there a way we can
it's gonna be a public relations blitz no matter what we do.
I know, but is there a way we can do any message on Code Red we want, right?
We can, but the thing of it is, we still don't know that it's gonna reach people, because like I said, there's only 30,000
Yeah.
contacts.
But it'd be a good start if we can put that out there on Code Red that we're switching
It
to.
will be, but here's my concern with that. If we want to pursue canceling the contract and getting any money back, if we utilize the system, they're not gonna probably give us any money back, because they're gonna say, you are using the system, we're not reimbursing you.
I just hate that something happens between,
and even
during
if-
this transition.
And even if it does
And-
at this point in time, I understand your concern, Mark, but I don't think that it's gonna reach the people it needs to reach with the number of people that they re-imported. It's old data,
The-
so.
Chris,
re-
did you
and the re-
not
the
say that
reason
you
I
all
wanna
were gonna
go-
work with the utility companies?
Yeah, I mean, can we get the utility companies to
that was
help
my
promote that
conversation.
in the newspaper?
Yeah, that was my conversation with Mr. Mason, since a lot of the utility companies are using it for the bull water advisories and stuff, they may be able to or export us a customer list with their phone numbers automatically to put their people in the system.
Or maybe even put it on the monthly bill?
I continue, I'm gonna have a conversation with both RECC and KU as well to see what they can do for us.
Now, both of them, they already have their own systems,
Right,
so.
but they might be able to get.
They
The
might
water,
put it on the bill.
the water
Yeah.
companies would be where I would go.
So, I mean, it's Hobson's choice, Mark. It's, either way, we're gonna have to do, we have to attack the problem. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now. Storm season, we've still got probably a good, I would give it, 6 to 8 weeks before we really start seeing, that spring changeover. If I'm gonna do this, if we're gonna handle this, I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna have to make the jump.
Yeah, if we're gonna build a database, I think we're better off to go ahead and build it in the system we're gonna keep, not versus build it in both of them, so.
I understand the need of it. I just concerned about getting everybody back signed up on the new system.
Me too. And it's gonna be the 1A thing on my list, probably every single morning, going in and seeing, okay, where are we at on this? And I'm happy to be able to present reports and numbers and be able to give you status updates and say, okay, this week we're here, and I expect to see those numbers just continue to climb.
Yeah, so is this
And-
something we need to approve?
All three of the companies that we've looked at, they also said they automatically have a system in place to import residential and business phone numbers. So the only thing we really will be lacking at initial startup will be cell phones, which unfortunately is probably 90% of the county, but.
And we're also looking at a scenario where when we get our massive tourist influx, one of the systems we're looking at has a definitive ability to actually invite those folks in for the period of time that they're here. And so, if you're out on the lake somewhere and you're not from here, you can still see what's going on within Pulaski County. And to me, that's huge. We depend strongly on our tourism trade, and I want to extend that level of protection to them if we possibly can. I don't feel like we had that with Code Red.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we switch companies.
We have to bid that, we have to.
No, it's under 20.
It's under 30.
It's under.
Have you all you keep talking about 3 companies. Have you chosen one yet that you're ready to present to the court, or?
We in consultation this morning, we feel like Rave is probably going to be our best bet. We feel like they're the best of what the 3 companies have. There was a company that was right around the same price as Code Red, had a lot of features, but it was almost too much. And so, looking at time management issues and seeing what we can actually do, I think Rave is probably going to be the.
Yes, they're owned by Motorola.
Yes.
So they're already in the public safety industry. And they're the ones that definitely said they could have this up and running realistically in 2 weeks' time once we sign paperwork, so.
So my motion is to approve switching companies with Martin looking at the contract, and then with approval from Marshall Todd.
So-
Final.
On that, before you finish that, Mark, with Rave, there's no contract. You sign a thing whenever you initially do it for like a 5-year thing, but you can cancel. There's no actual contract in it. If it's not working for you, you don't have to do anything. But
I would still like the attorney to review that, because we're still signing something for 5 years. So,
It's just a price lock's what you're signing.
Yeah.
So.
And I will say the price lock does make a huge difference. I'm very pleased with the fact that the price will not go up for the next 5 years. if we go in this direction, you know, as opposed to if we did a shorter term, maybe the price would potentially go up every time we had to do a renewal. And that's not, to me, that's not a good way to do good with the public's money.
So once again, my motion was to approve to switch over with the approval of the contract through Martin and final approval through Marshall Todd, the judge.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second for that motion to change companies?
Second.
Second by Mr. Strunk. Any other comments or questions on this? Ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Got one other item?
And then one other issue. As I mentioned previously, storm season is coming. I'm looking at, if you remember from last year, we started getting our worst rain early February, and it pretty much didn't let up until end of May, early June before we really started catching a break. These are conversations I've had with leadership, and I was very pleased. I'm going to say that publicly. I was very pleased with our response levels last year. But we got by with an awful lot of help and by a lot less of a comfort margin I would like. And so what I'm going to ask for this morning is permission to open up applications for a Deputy Emergency Management Director. I think the reasons for this are pretty simple. You need to have somebody in that Emergency Operations Center 24 hours a day, and the judge doesn't like it when I sleep on my feet. And I don't say that lightly. That's a very serious charge. I want to get somebody in here that has a planning background, that can assist me in the numerous tasks that need to be done to rebuild this program from where it was to where it needs to be. So it's not just a simple matter of hiring just anybody. It's going to be an interview process, applications interviews, and trying to find the absolute best candidate to fill that position. So this isn't something that's going to happen immediately, but I do want to start the process of looking at individuals to come in and back me up.
A question in regards to that.
Please.
Are you doing the qualifications to actually get part of your salary reimbursed from the state?
Yes, I'm doing that right now, so I can actually update you on that. I had a conversation with the state on that yesterday. We have not received, the state has not received the federal money yet. It's still in limbo. They believe they will receive it, but it has not happened yet. However, I have been directed by state to go ahead and do the paperwork for the reimbursements. I'm in the process of doing that now, so that when the money does come, instead of them having to process everything all at one time, they'll have already taken care of that, and they'll be able to start sending us our money.
Which percentage of your salary comes from the state?
Was it 50? I believe it works as a 50-50 split.
Okay, and
When
then
we get the money.
would a deputy EM receive the same 50% from
No,
the state?
we'll probably have to split
This would
that.
be something the county would have to pay.
We'll probably end up having to split that money. It may end up going 25-25 or maybe 33-15, however the state wants to do it, or however we decide we want to do it to reimburse it. Their level of contribution is not going to go up. It's coming. That money's coming from FEMA, and right now, as well as everybody's aware of, there's a little bit of flux at FEMA right now, and I think that's what the issue with the money is at this time.
And then just an update, we got the flood paperwork done. It's at FEMA, right?
Okay, so there were 36 roads
Uh-huh.
on the front under 14 different projects, what are called projects. Right now, I currently have 7 of the projects either in review with FEMA or on their way back to us. I have the rest of those projects. I'm still trying to gather some paperwork. That's one of the reasons why I pushed the iWork system so hard. What we found was it was very, very difficult to get paperwork, and as I've said before, the fact that FEMA will trade paperwork for money. It's literally what it comes down to. And so when this happens again, I think we'll be better suited and better prepared, provided that iWorks is in place and doing the things it needs to do, because I have to be able to show FEMA hours, equipment, supplies, and material. If I can show them those things, then the process gets a whole lot smoother. The process from the February flood of last year, we're about at the end of it. I don't know how much more paper we're going to be able to get out of the different departments, but we're working that. I will also say that the 4875, the tornado response is going to be a whole lot smoother. There's a lot less projects involved with that, and so I won't need nearly as much paper for that to cover our expenses as I would have for 4860.
Do we still have that person helping you with paperwork?
He is done with 4860. I do have him assisting me a little bit with 4875, but it'll be the same arrangement. He's going to get a piece of the 5% management cost at the end of the projects.
So the county will get reimbursed
The county
that?
will get reimbursed, yes.
His salary will be
Yes,
reimbursed through those?
absolutely. As long as I
But
filed.
I know, I think we're still paying them.
You're not. He hasn't filed any paperwork.
He hasn't filed any new
He hasn't filed any
paperwork?
paperwork in probably over a month, but he's still helping me with an understanding that when I start work on 4875, that I'll go ahead and take some invoices from him. But I will be perfectly honest with you, Mark. Without him, I don't think we'd have gotten back a tenth of what we got. There would be absolutely no way I could have managed everything I had to manage with FEMA and still run that office day to day. It would have been virtually impossible. So I'm very pleased with his work.
My other question is for the road department. We got everybody trained on this iWorks and it's up and running. So, and,
Working on, work in progress.
so, and that's mandatory, right? That they all do that? Okay.
Anything else, gentlemen or lady?
Do I have a motion for permission to take applicants for emergency management, assistant emergency management director?
Yeah, motion to advertise?
Motion to advertise. Do you make that in a motion, Mark?
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Strunk. Any more discussion on this matter? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate you.
Next up, we will be rolling on to the department reports, and first up is our county clerk, Mr. Tim Price.
Good morning, everybody. You all have a copy of, I'm here to present my 2026 budget, and I think I'll give everybody a copy of what we're doing here. To give you an overview before we get into it, I guess, for my budget, we had a 5% increase for our budget, and then with our salaries, there was no increase. So as we go over those, that's just something to keep in mind. But I want to present this budget as a whole, and you can see what we have done there. Like I said, it is a total of a 5% increase on this budget.
Well, I'll start, because past year, we had an agreement that you would present these budgets early enough for this court to take a look at in advance. It never happened. We never got a copy of these budgets. Even though we're not required to vote on it, we still need to look at it and have questions that you can answer for us in advance. And it didn't happen. And I know there was an agreement that we would get both this budget and the sheriff's budget in time to review it. We never did. So I don't know. I'm not happy with that situation, because I do like to go over everything, but and I don't know why it didn't happen. Can you explain that?
Well, it was just, we did it as soon as possible, because time we get our year end closed out from last year, then we start working on this, and it's early in the year to process all this stuff. So that's why I don't know how much earlier we could possibly do it. What's your thinking of time-wise? You said
Well, the
earlier.
week of, and I mean, I get a copy of the bill list a few days before the meeting that I go over.
Yeah.
But, this was something that we put out years ago that you guys started doing, and then all of a sudden, I get these two on my desk to this morning, and I didn't even know, didn't even have a chance to look at it.
we finished this yesterday, but now it might have been possible to get it Monday. So you're saying the week of would be satisfactory? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we've always done it. So I'm satisfied with a week in advance.
Okay. I apologize for that. Next year, we'll definitely try to have it the week of, early as possible for you.
So, and then my other question, I don't think we actually vote on the budget, but we have to vote on the payroll. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so, what kind of increase do you have on the payroll?
0.
So you're not giving any raises in the next year?
Well, I don't know about that, but we didn't increase our payroll budget any.
Didn't increase the payroll budget, okay. So, yeah, my concern is I just didn't get this information early enough to review.
Okay. Well, I apologize for that, and next year we'll do better. Any other questions?
Any other questions or comments?
And I guess, do we vote on the budget and then the payroll separate? Is that correct?
We don't vote on the budget, but I think we have to vote
Just
on the
payroll.
payroll, am I right?
Yeah, you just make a note in the minutes.
We received his budget.
You received it. And then you vote separately on the payroll, or you vote on the payroll. Is that 17, is that on page, is that,
Is it different, separate?
number 32 on your budget, item 32, Tim?
There's a separate form for that.
But it's also, let's make sure it's the same things in the budget, item 32.
Item 32.
Tim, you say your budget has increased 5%, is that correct?
That is correct.
The total overall budget, 5%?
Yes. And then, like I said, there's no increase on salaries. If you're looking at that 2.7 versus the 1.7,
Yeah.
you're looking at all the benefits that we pay out of that office. Now, the 1.7 is just salary.
Then
But when you-
item 36 is the extra million
Yes.
for the employee benefits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions? I would need a motion to approve the salary on line 32.
Motion.
to approve salary?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Strunk and a second by Mr. Turpin. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
No.
Got to have a roll call.
Let's do a roll call.
And actually, it should be for the amount that's in the document here that you'd be voting on, which is 2.7, because it's not just their salary, it's their salary plus their benefits. So it'd be the 2.7.
Can we include in the budget 1.7 goes to salaries and 1 million goes to benefits? Okay.
Ask for a roll call vote. Ms. Heather?
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes.
Strunk.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Next up would be our sheriff, Mr. Bobby Jones, to present his budget, I think.
Good morning.
Come on, Bobby.
I've got a total of three separate motions that I need to have. Everyone should have received a 2026 budget. I get that was just handled out this morning, but as well. But with that being said, all we're asking the court to do is what we're asked to do is to get a motion that you all have received the budget, that you all are not approving. So I need a motion noting that fiscal court has received the 2026 budget presented as a whole in the amount of $4,648,250.
I think we went through this with the auditors before.
Right.
In my opinion, it's just sufficient for it to be, for the magistrates to acknowledge that, that you presented it and it was received, but I think your auditors got a little
Right.
sideways over, they wanted something.
They wanted just this motion that y'all
There's
had
nothing
received.
wrong with doing
Not
that.
that you're proving it, just that
Yeah.
y'all had received it. Yes.
We need to do that.
I need a
If you
motion.
don't, they'll come back, auditors will come back.
I need a motion that
We
we,
have to do a motion?
Just a motion to
Motion
acknowledging
that
that
we
you
have
received.
received sheriff's budget.
Yes.
Second.
who made the motion? Mr. Strunk made a motion that we have actually laid eyes on the budget, and Mr. Renshaw seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
But I do reiterate the same thing that I just did the clerk's office,
I get
that we
that.
never got this in advance to look at.
But with it being January 9th, this was with my clerk working hours and hours of overtime getting it ready just in time for it
Yeah,
to come to fiscal
but
court.
In
So
the
that's,
same, in the same sense,
I can't
we've
get you
done
what I
this
don't
every
have.
year in the past. We've had that agreement, and then,
I can't, this
Yeah.
is just that you received it. You don't have to vote on the amount.
no,
You're just
but.
looking at it.
But we've always had the agreement to have it early enough to look at before this meeting.
But like I said,
Yeah.
this was with her working hours and hours of overtime.
I understand.
Getting ready for today, just
I
today.
understand.
So,
I'm just-
and I
I'm
can't
just-
get it to you last week if I don't have it ready.
I'm just
So,
saying.
And that's all I'm saying. So,
I mean, we're on the 13th day of the month, so the new budget actually started on the 1st, right?
But all the payments and everything haven't come in to know exactly how much
Yeah.
commissions and money we've received and everything else. Doesn't come in at the first of the year. It comes in, and matter of fact, we still don't have it all. We still don't have all the bills and everything accounted for. A lot of this is guesswork based on the previous 3 years, what we expect to happen, and all this.
Well,
That's
budget
how
is
we
a
have to do a
working
budget.
document.
It
You
is.
can make amendments throughout the
Right,
year.
but we can't go over, correct. Yes. So on the second one, I need approval from the sheriff's office for the 2026 maximum salaries, which would be the amount of $3,086,000.
And that's salaries plus benefits, right, Sheriff?
Yes, sir.
And is that an increase over last year?
No.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Strunk,
Second.
second by Mr. Wilson to accept the maximum salaries. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes.
Okay. And then lastly, I need approval for the fiscal court to apply for the $200,000 advancement from the state.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Strunk for the advancement of $200,000 from the state, and a second by Mr. Turpin.
Just
Any-
for the-
Any discussion?
Just for public knowledge, can you explain it?
The 200,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the money we take up front. The sheriff's office are allowed to do that across the state. We take that up front, and then when we get the commissions coming in at the end of the year, we pay that back. So it's nothing to, it's
I understand, but I wanted the
Sure.
community to
Sure,
understand.
not a problem. Yeah, that's what it is. It's no, it's money that we borrow on the front end and we pay it at the end of the year.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
No.
Any opposed? And motion passes.
I need to see you for a minute after the meeting, not related to any of this.
Yes, sir.
Something else you and I deal with.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, should we make the same motion with Tim's budget?
They've
to
never, his
cover-
auditors have never had a problem with that, but just out of an abundance of caution, if you wanted to do that to.
Seems like every year they ask for something different.
Teresa, we had it through the sheriff's office.
Yeah,
and,
Carissa and I spoke with the state auditor, and they just requested that it is brought before the court with a motion.
yeah, So maybe we ought to go back. I'd forgotten about that, but probably should till Bobby brought it up. Maybe we should go back and do that on.
Make a
Tim's.
motion that we have received the clerk's budget.
I'll second.
Have the motion that we receive the clerk's budget by Mr. Strunk and a second by Mr. Turpin. Any discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes also. Moving on to our next item would be public safety. Stacy?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask the court to hire a part-time mechanic, Mason Quick.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Renshaw to hire a part-time employee. Second by Mr. Strunk. Any discussion on this hire?
This was an open position already, right? No additional.
We had a full-time position open, but been able to to not fill it, so we found a pretty good mechanic for a part-time position. So,
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
the next thing I have is a ProWire Midwest service agreement. It's over the $5,000 limit for the admin code book, so the total is $11,760. That's for servicing 8 Cascade units throughout the county. That's located in the fire stations and the rescue squad building. And it's also provides 48-hour samples a year to make sure we're breathing clean air or refill tanks.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Strunk,
Second, but I have a question. Is there an increase in?
The increase, Mark, was $280. I wrote that down, so I knew you'd ask. But $280 increase from last year.
So what's the total cost of the contract now?
$11,760.
$11,760 for a year. And I will have one from Kentucky Power, but they've not sent one yet. That's for all the generators in the county. So I'll be back with it when they send that one. And then,
Have a motion and a second. Are you done with that one?
yeah,
Motion and a second on the floor to approve this contract with ProAir. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Go ahead.
then I'd like to ask the court's permission to purchase 2 more repeaters as we're redoing the county communication system throughout the county. We've got one system up and running that's digital. Need 2 more repeaters, and then we'll ask for another one later on, but that will be down the road. That will be over the $5,000 limit also for 2 more digital repeaters.
You
The
got the
price would be probably between $9,000 to $11,000 on those 2.
Motion to buy 2 repeaters.
Second,
Motion by Mr. Strunk, second by Mr. Renshaw. Any discussion?
just the fact that we're trying to do what we can to help with communications for our first responders is a great job.
Yep, we're trying to upgrade everything to digital. That's, I know sheriff's departments went to it, EMSs went to it. We've kind of learned off of their mistakes, so we're trying to save money. So I know Bobby and them's had a lot of problems with it, but they've got the kinks worked out. Now we know what all the problems, where they exist. We're trying to avoid all that and just cut to the chase and get everything up and going. So the one system we've got up's working real well. So by the time we get these up and going, we'll still have our analog channels, which we do paging on, but we can't do paging on the digital system. So we'll still have our own analog system.
All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
The last thing I've got on the list is hazmat surplus, 3 trucks through the Fire Commission at the last meeting in December. They're trying to downsize from some of these big trucks that they've got, and they would ask the funds returned back to them so they can purchase smaller equipment trucks with it, so to better benefit their responses now.
And I talked to Steve, because of course, we have to look at what was purchased by the county originally and what was purchased by them. And I don't know.
What was actually purchased?
I checked on that, Mark. The 2 of the vehicles were purchased by SRT, so.
And one was purchased by the county?
Steve, is that accurate?
Steve?
2 were purchased by us and 1 was by the county.
Okay. So, Martin, the one that was purchased by the county, the money's got to go back in our budget, correct? But the 2, so the motions should be that we surplus the 3 vehicles with the one that was purchased by the county going back to, I'm assuming it was purchased out of the fire fund, correct?
That would have been correct, probably.
So the funds
So-
being going back to the fire fund, and the other 2 surplus with the funds going back to hazmat to buy additional equipment.
Unless you all wanted to, you can vote to allow them to retain the funds for,
That was gonna be my next question, Martin, is if we could
You always
reallocate.
said it had to go back to county first.
well, it should go back through the county, but you can go ahead and vote now for the Or to go back to them?
Yeah, to reallocate the funds back to them to purchase another
Okay.
truck with. So
So-
that was
so-
what I was going to ask you.
I'll change my motion to say to go ahead and sell the vehicles with the money from the county purchase going back to the fire fund, and then that money being allocated for additional equipment for hazmat.
And then on the other
And
two
the other
trucks, then it
two,
go
the
back to
money
them
go-
to
yeah.
go ahead and repurchase. Okay.
That was a long one.
All right, the trucks, can I do the trucks all three at the same time, Martin? Okay. The first one's Hazmat 17, it's a 1999 Navigation, which, Navistar, I think, that would be the first one. The second one would be a Hazmat 22, which is a 1900 Spartan truck. The third one would be a Hazmat 23, and that's a E1 chassis. It's a kind of fire rescue type chassis truck.
Which one is the county?
The
1, 2, or
22.
3?
That was the,
It's a 1990 Spartan.
yeah, 1990
That
Spartan.
number two that you described?
Yeah, it'd be Hazmat
You went
22.
through them, you said 1, 2, and 3, so number 2 is that one? Number 2 is the county?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you have any idea how you're gonna surplus those?
We're going through a brokerage site, so that way it's not us selling to a friend. It's gotta go through that way.
Do I have a motion to surplus these trucks?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Turpin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wilson. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Stacy. Next up is fleet maintenance. Brian.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask permission to purchase a smooth ditching bucket for the excavator at the road department. It's gonna be $6,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Renshaw to approve the purchase of a smooth bucket.
Second.
Second by Mr. Strunk. Any discussion on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
And then, I know we'd been talking about trying to purchase a bucket truck, and it's gonna be quite impossible to find a good truck under 30,000 that will pass inspections. So we kinda need to get together on that and see where y'all wanna go with that.
Just need to advertise the bid.
Yeah.
Can we get a motion to advertise for bid for a used bucket truck?
By rules, we have to advertise it for bid.
Right.
We just can't go out and purchase anything for over $30,000 without a bidding process.
Yeah.
I'll make a second on that.
Mr. Strunk, do you make that motion?
Yes.
Mr. Strunk makes a motion to permission to advertise for bids on a used bucket truck, and Mr. Renshaw seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Moving down to our road department, Mr. Wayne.
Morning.
Morning.
I'd like to start this morning, Mark, with just commending some of our guys for a great job they done of getting all the debris, storm debris and stuff cleaned up at the compost yard, and really stepping up there and helping us with that this year.
Certainly.
And then I'd like to ask for 3,000 ton of rock.
Motion. Motion by Mr. Wilson for 3,000 ton of rock. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Strunk. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye. We got that approved. Go ahead, Mr. Wayne.
And I'd like to ask their approval of the road list.
You have a road list in front of you, and
Motion to approve.
Second.
motion by Mr. Strunk and a second by Mr. Renshaw to approve the road list. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then motion passes.
I would like to make a comment too. Right after the tornado, if anybody's seen our road list, I had 6 pages of stuff on the road list for it to be taken care of. we have narrowed that down to under 2 pages, and that's a great job by the road department. That says a lot. And hoping we can even get that lower in the next couple of weeks. So I appreciate everybody's help. Wayne, you've gone out with me and drove roads with me here recently and to look at things. I really do appreciate that. So, but I just want to make that comment too.
Thank you.
Also, I want to echo those comments you made about the road workers that did the debris pile down at Compost. It was a huge pile. FEMA came in and estimated it'd take us over a month to do it. 2 months probably. They estimated 2,400 loads to bury, and we got that done in a very short time, way less than 30 days. So they really got after it and got it done very quickly. FEMA came back the day before yesterday and looked at it, and they couldn't believe it was gone. So we've done a great job getting rid of it. So appreciate the work they did. They got in there and got hustling on it and taking care of it. FEMA may have to redo their rules on how fast we move stuff.
Yeah.
It done well. Thanks.
Thank you.
So I have an additional motion under the road department. It's a new quarter, so we need to approve our 1,500 tons of patch for the quarter. So I make a motion that we approve our 15 tons of patch, 300 per district for the new quarter.
Have a motion on the floor to approve 1,500 tons of whatever it was.
Patch.
Patch.
Second.
Second by Mr. Strunk. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion passes. Now to our treasurer, Ms. Chrissa, with the bill list.
I'm just looking for approval of January's bill list.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Renshaw on the bill list. Do I have a
Second.
Second by Mr. Strunk.
And I want to give compliments to the finance department. They give me the bill list and I go over it and I usually call them with any questions. I just want to say
Never have any questions, Mark.
remarkably, I didn't have any questions on this last bill list. They done a great job of detailing stuff out, so I want to give prompts to the finance department. We know every 2 weeks we talk about the bill list, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We have a vote on the bill list yet. I need a vote on a motion and a second on the bill list.
Motion.
Got it?
I got a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill list passes. Thank you. Martin, you want to bring this?
So to be a little bit proactive here, in case anybody hasn't noticed or forgotten, it's election season. And the filing deadline passed on Friday, so the field of candidates is pretty much set. Tim, what'd you say? There's like 81 or something? 81 candidates. Most of you know Rich Ornstein. He's legal counsel at CAECO and very well respected, probably knows more about county law than anybody in the state. And he does these, in the CAECO magazine, monthly or quarterly magazine, he does Ask Rich, little articles of legal issues that are kind of in the moment. And back in January of '22, which was the prior election cycle for local officials, he did an Ask Rich, campaigning shouldn't take place when employees are on the clock. So I printed out a copy of that, and I've given it a copy to everyone, all the elected officials who are in attendance here today. It talks about county employees not campaigning on county time, using county equipment to campaign, and that would include, of course, elected officials not using taxpayer resources, including their own employees or county financed equipment for political purposes. So I just wanted to kind of do a preemptive strike there and get it out there so that everybody would, I think everybody already knows that, but it doesn't hurt to revisit it again, since we're where we are in the election season. I think I've gotten a copy of it to all the elected officials here today. I'll get you one to take Anthony, and there's probably a couple more that's not here that I'll get them to. But if you got any questions, well, you can give me a shout about that. Okay.
Thanks, Mark. Any other business or comments to be brought before the court? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson and second by Renshaw, and we will stand adjourned. Thank you very much for attending today.